Hi there, welcome to Grain TV. It's Monday, May 8th, and we had a down day in the grain markets. Let's take a look at the Grain Edge trading platform and see where we closed. In Chicago, corn was the leader to the downside, losing 9 1/4 cents a bushel. Beans off 7 3/4, and wheat in Chicago losing 5 3/4. News started out positive for corn, but it couldn't hold any gains. Today we had USDA announcing some flash sales, 170,000 metric tons of old crop to Japan, and another couple of loads of 120,000 combined of old crop to unknown. But the real news in agriculture today was the shakeup in Brazil's political situation, where the lower house's president said that he was going to annul the impeachment vote for President Dilma, and so that really sent the Brazilian real on a downward slide, and the Brazilian stock market. The Brazilian real was off 4% today, the stock market down there off 3%, and of course the political turmoil that's been going on for the last 2 months has been leading to an expectation of an impeachment of the current president, which has given the Brazilian economy at least a glimmer of hope and kept the Brazilian real climbing higher, which in turn has been supportive for our export competitiveness against Brazil. The stronger Brazilian real leading to a cheaper standing competitive position for U.S. soybeans. So if that suddenly starts to reverse course like it did today, that could be pretty detrimental to this recent rally. Other news, after the close today, we will have announcement by USDA on their crop progress. Traders are looking for corn plantings to be at 62% planted, and for soybeans to be somewhere around 22%. Other news, crude oil was off sharply today, off $1.30 a barrel. Some of the wildfire issues, while they're still important up there in Canada, are starting to at least have some glimmer of hope for some resolution. Other things going on in crude oil, Saudi Arabia is going to have a new oil minister after many decades of the current oil minister being involved, and so that has the market somewhat concerned that they may unleash their production potential and go head-to-head with Iran in the oil market. The other thing driving oil and grains down today was another day up in the U.S. dollar. We're 5 days in a row now on the green side. Over the last 5 days, we're up 2% on the U.S. dollar. Let's take a look at export inspections that came out this morning. Nothing major here to write home about. We did get a good report for wheat, almost 500,000 metric tons. That was above expectations, 325 to 460. But for the wheat market, it may be too little too late for this marketing year that's about to wrap up at the end of May here. And so, you know, in all likelihood, USDA is going to have to lower their export number for wheat for the old crop season, because we just haven't met our projections. In corn, we had a good year, or a good week this week, coming in at the high end of expectations, and beans somewhat disappointing, coming in at the low end of expectations. Speaking of USDA, tomorrow will be the WASDE crop report to be released at 11 o'clock Central Time. This is the first chance we're going to have to look at USDA's projection for new crop 2016-17 marketing year. Right now, all we have to pencil with is the planted acreage report from March 31st. So this is going to be the first time their economists there at the World Ag Outlook Board start to pencil out a full supply and demand balance sheet. Let's start first of all with analyst projections for old crop. And in these old crop projections, most people are leaning towards a better export number for beans, a slightly better export number for corn, and slightly lower for wheat. So you can see the May expected carryout slightly lower for both corn and beans compared to April, while wheat slightly higher. I would expect wheat to probably end up above 1 billion bushels, just because our wheat export number has been so bad and there's so little time left in the marketing year. But the trade's really going to be focused on the new crop projections for 2016-17. Here we have to make do, at least for the time being, with a big jump in corn acres, because USDA is not likely to change what they found at NASS on March 31st, and so that big corn number is going to get penciled into here, which puts us somewhere around a 2.2, 2.3 billion bushel carryout. That's substantially up from 1.8 where we're at today. So, you know, regardless of what's sort of going on in the world market, we don't have anything that really changes the outlook of, at least in the time being, for a big carryout jump in corn, which I think is sort of what's pressuring the corn market today in conjunction with wheat. And in wheat, I think the number is going to be well above 1 billion bushels, because we're going to have higher carryout from old crop stocks, and I think the USDA is probably going to give us a big winter wheat crop production forecast based on what the Kansas Wheat Tour found in Kansas, and some of those other key hard red winter states have gotten timely rain. So overall, I don't see how this can be much of a bullish surprise, but that's not to say it can't happen. Certainly USDA can always throw curveballs, but today I think spells some problems for the market. There's not much left to hold our hat on to keep these prices lofty and elevated to where we're at. So if you're concerned about the downside, then maybe a good time to act as we get into the key part of the growing season. If you want to learn how GrainHedge can help you in your own trading situation, your own grain marketing situation, visit us online at grainhedge.com and make sure and sign up for a free, no obligation 14-day trial of our demo trading platform, as well as our morning emails that come in terms of commentary and technical alerts. That's all we got. Tomorrow we'll be talking about the WASDE crop report. As a GrainHedge trading client, you'll get our technical alerts email first thing every trading day. Technical Alerts is a powerful system that generates quality trading opportunities. Each trading opportunity shows a chart and analysis providing clear price targets and risk potential. Technical Alerts look at historical chart formations and compare the current environment to the past to form concrete trading recommendations. The commodities covered by Technical Alerts includes grains, livestock, crude oil, currencies, bonds, and metals. Start your trading day with the most powerful insight into market direction and improve your trading today. Sign up at grainhedge.com to become a client.